Welcome to the Ancient Way. I'm James.
I'm Marlia.
Well, had a congratulations. I already said that, but congratulations on the new addition to the family.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yep.
expansion.
Little baby girl showed up 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was right after we did our last episode, to be
It was
honest.
like the day after, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
I
went
think it
into labor.
was.
That was on a Monday, wasn't it? That we did.
Mm, Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I went into labor the next day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun. It was sweet. It was actually very, very, very redemptive. It
Yeah,
was it was super cool. I got to have her at home and had like such an incredible team of people and
yeah.
yeah, it was awesome.
Cool. Very cool.
Zach was a freaking rock star champion.
Was he?
Oh my gosh. Listen, there's no way I could have done that without him. It was intense,
Yeah.
but very cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
You'll probably be able to hear her in the background, just giving everybody a heads up.
Yeah. Cameo guest appearance.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's been sweet. It's been a very slow time, which we've needed and
Yeah.
I appreciate. So,
Yeah, yeah. Kind of like a really falling just back into the simplicity of what actually matters is what it kind of sounds like a little
mhm.
bit. Just really, just yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Family, it's cool.
Yeah, really focusing in on that.
Yeah,
But
sweet. Well, you've been doing serious life stuff, expanding family, and I've been dabbling in technology and stuff.
expanding creativity.
Yeah, yeah, different. Well, maybe not so different, but yeah. We I guess we talked. You asked me yesterday. You said, "Hey, do you want to do a podcast?" And I was like, trying to give you time to recover, but just made me think about it. And I was like, we are so close on the YouTube channel to getting 1,000 subscribers, which I'm usually not that. I really don't care that much, but I just thought it was cool. It's just one of those little. It's those little landmarks that you hit.
Mm,
We're so close to that. So I made a little post. If anybody's listening to this, or if anybody listens or enjoys the podcast, uh, to go over there and subscribe on YouTube. Go follow it. You know,
yeah.
check it out or share it. If it's valuable. That's how the thing gets to more people and stuff. But um, yeah, that popped into my little brain, and then I was just thinking about how I don't know all the creativity, like you're talking about, all the things that I don't know. Just over the past 3 years. Last
Mm,
year was rough, but over the past 3 years, so much has been added and just cultivated, and so a lot of thankfulness and a lot of just kind of surprise, like, oh my gosh, so much has been done. Like with the podcast, like we've been doing this for 3 years.
hmm.
We've got to meet some just really cool people that otherwise we wouldn't have probably ever got to meet, hang out with, and stuff. Uh, I don't know. Maybe me processing because I feel like I run all the time. I'm just always doing something, but I'm kind of getting to a place where I can breathe and reflect and be thankful and just kind of like cut up everything and look at it.
Yeah. What do you feel like what do you feel like is the biggest thing in the last 3 years that you've been able to extract?
Oh, I don't know. There's so much. I maybe just I don't want to say communication, but like just people being able to navigate and be with people and maybe it. interaction and stuff like that. You know, all the speaking engagements and the school stuff and meeting people and leadership, that kind of stuff, filmmaking. I don't know,
Mm,
navigating people. I think if that I can't put a better word to it right now, but I would say that. Yeah, I would
that's
say that.
good.
Yeah, bringing people together, maybe rallying people, working with people. It's probably been collaboration. I don't know. Because prior
Well,
to prior to the pipeline and stuff, you go to work, it was just kind of like jobs, just jobs and stuff. But when I got to the pipeline, there was like a level of freedom and kind of like a green light to just kind of be outward and express.
mhm.
And I think that opened me up because I haven't always been that way at all.
Yeah, it like unlocks another part of your person.
Hmm. And it gave me tons of opportunities to not just that. I mean, everything over the past 3 years, the podcast, everything have been just littered with opportunities to confront little fears and big
Mhm.
fears. And fortunately, I understand. I think got to the point where if I'm scared of something or if I'm nervous about something, you just dive into it anyways.
Mhm.
And it doesn't like a lot of it hasn't gone away. Some of it has where I don't feel it, but sometimes I still feel little hints of it, and I just reaction and responses to go into it.
Hmm. You feel like you've trained yourself to like look fear and be like, "Oh, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to go into this."
Yeah, I feel like the Lord. I feel like He's trained me in it.
Mm.
I feel like all these opportunities have been Him training me in it. Even
Hmm.
confrontation and stuff. I think that's the thing that I dread the most is like confrontation. And I don't know. Whenever that stuff comes up, it's like you can look at it. It's like, oh my gosh, this is difficult, or this is awful, or. But I think a lot of times He'll put you in a situation to confront it. I don't know.
When do you mean confrontation like with people, like when you're having to like address something, or is
Yeah.
it
Well, people and circumstances too. Just hard uh, circumstances.
yeah. What do you feel like has been the one thing that you've walked through that you're like, that was actually the best but hardest thing that I walked through because of the
Yeah.
gold that I got?
I think the last year of the pipe, with the pipeline stuff, because I had, the Lord had given me dreams, several dreams, real specific ones too, um, about following through with it. Like the captain goes down with the ship. Not that it was going to be an absolute loss or whatever, but he had told me like, hey, if you persist in this and see it through to the end, there will be multiple doors opened to you. And if you don't, that's okay too. It's not like a condemning thing because he shows up wherever you're at, even if you do the wrong thing. Like if you go down the wrong path or open the wrong door, he's in that door. He's always has a way for you. So, um, but he told me if I persist in it, there's really something special at the end of it. So I think from that point when he shared that with me, and then when that opportunity presented itself of like, hey, you can either stop or carry on, that space between there was the probably the biggest takeaway, I think, for me.
Yeah, I think that that is like the best, like that interim time when you actually like you're, it's almost like a valley of decision.
Yeah,
And when you're like, hey, I'm actually going to go the way of the Lord,
yeah,
um, it feels like everything starts to explode.
yeah, yeah, for
Like
sure.
that's like the, but at the end, there's so much reward when you let those things explode and you let those
Yeah.
things kind of burn. And
Oh yeah. Well, too. Here's another thing is like another reward of it. That little. Everybody's it's kind of cheesy, but it's true. Say it's not the destination; it's the journey.
mm-hmm,
The cool thing about the journey with him is there are moments whenever you choose him, you get to experience his heart in those levels. So like
Oh yeah.
experiencing sacrifice, like what it means to make sacrifices for other people and
Mm-hmm.
to take flack and not hit back, you know, or to not respond in a fallen way.
Oh yeah.
Having his nature, it's opportunities to have his very nature and response in those moments. If you're aware, if you're with him, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it's that amplification of his presence.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it is like him being the fourth man in the fire, and
Yeah.
it's like it the Lord would have worked out something another way, but there's something so sweet about taking the hits
Yeah.
and going into those things, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's just a deeper reward. I feel like it's an eternal reward, to be honest.
Yeah.
That like that we don't even realize all the things that we're storing up when we choose to kind of take the road less traveled and the
Yeah.
you know the narrow way, to be honest.
Yeah. And part of the, I think part of the eternity of it too is it becomes such a part of you that you take it with you, you know, thereafter. It's like it's
Totally.
a part of you all the way that you can, you know, when other stuff comes up, it's like, nope, I've done this, you know, like David and Goliath. It's like, no, I've killed bears with this. I've killed lions with this,
Mm-hmm.
you
I was
know.
thinking like Peter and John when after they got the crap kicked out of them and they rolled out and they were like
Yeah.
laughing, rejoicing.
Laughing.
Like
Yeah.
there really is something about when
Yeah.
you're going through the tough stuff,
Yeah.
like finding the joy in it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, another thing too that I would say is kind of in the thick of, not in the thick of it now, but over the past year is like talking about the being a testing ground for faith, but really living, walking by faith, not by sight, and like evidence what's going on around you, like not even feeding it, even if it's point blank, you know, even if it's something negative, point blank, a diagnosis or whatever it could be. It's just like, I don't really, you know, not feeling the effects of that. It's like, no, I actually trust in his goodness in this situation,
Mm,
despite evidence. Like you can show me the charts or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I'm with him. I'm with him. So that doesn't really carry much weight with me.
yeah.
It's like when somebody takes a shot at you, you know, some prominent person takes a shot at you. It should hurt, but it's like, yeah, I don't really have respect for you. Like, I don't have that level of like, you know, respect or relationship with you. So it doesn't really hit that hard.
Yeah. Also, you're not my God.
It's right. It's like, so
If
it's
it
like
hits that hard.
detaching, you know, detaching your relationship from outcomes or from circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Faith isn't in an outcome. My faith isn't in what happens or what doesn't happen. You know, it's in his goodness and him, you know, our Father. So that's another thing, faith, walking by that, like really walking by it, not refrigerator scriptures and not just that it's a nice mantra that you recite over yourself when you feel bad and when you're going through the ringer, something we actually live and experience.
Oh, yeah. But if you can't experience it in those realities,
Yeah.
then it's
Yeah,
I think
recite
it's
it.
huh?
Yeah, recite it if you're not experiencing it. At least, yeah, dwell on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it become a part of you. Make it become your reality.
Yeah. I think that's part of the I think that's really what he wants. I think he really wants us to be so malleable and open. And I think he wants us to know that we can change our minds, that we can have that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We can have, you know, we can walk by faith and we can have peace and we can walk in miraculous things. I think he wants us to just, I don't know, just to believe that,
Yeah.
obviously, but like us to really experience it. We're not destined to walk around in circles seeking it forever. We will obtain it. He wants us to like have it.
Mm-hmm.
He really does.
Yeah. It actually makes me think of I had a dream last week, I think. I don't know, when you only get an hour and a half of sleep every night.
Yeah.
And for I don't know. I don't know where the time is,
Uh-huh.
but I had an angel that actually came to me and she told me, do not focus on what was behind, focus only on what is ahead.
Huh.
And I feel like it falls into that space of like faith. Oftentimes, like faith, you put faith in what your experience was.
Yeah.
And that's what actually causes you to have the same repeating circumstances. Or
Yeah.
you can put your faith in the future of that scripture in Isaiah, like, behold, I'm doing a new thing. Like actually look at the new things or the forward progress of stuff and don't get trapped on things of the past, because then you'll project the past back into your present day.
Yeah.
And then I think that's where people keep, they're like, well, I've had faith. And it's like, no, dude, you've been tractor pulling your old experiences into
Yeah.
this present reality. But letting that thing kind of be divided,
Yeah.
almost like, don't take what's happened in the past or even a past diagnosis or a past whatever and don't apply it to your present circumstance.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so important.
Yeah, that's good.
To see what the Lord is doing around you right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is he speaking into right now? Where has he casted vision for you?
Yeah.
Because it says like where there's no vision, that people perish. And it's like, well, vision is actually looking ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, which faith do you want? Do you want faith of what you've already walked through, or do you want the faith of him?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's good. That childlike wonder too of what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, behold, I do a new thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like curiosity and hope and excitement and like, hey, I wonder how you're going to come through on this one.
Yeah.
Been interesting to watch how you've come through in the past.
Yeah.
How are you going to do this one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a good one to end on.
That is good.
Think about behold what he's doing forward.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. All right, guys. See y'all next time.
If you enjoyed this episode of the Ancient Way podcast, drop us a like, share with your friends, share with your family. And if you'd like to support us and what we are doing, and you would like to play a direct role in our growth and things that we do in the future,
we have a donation spot at the bottom of our show notes. So you can click on that, give however much you want. We appreciate absolutely everything. We appreciate our listeners. And everybody that's already come alongside and encouraged us, and even everybody that's been on our show. So thanks, guys.